guys, so I'm going to run you through this natural selection simulation to make sure we understand how to properly work it. So there's this link here. This is to the PhET simulation that I've attached to the assignment. Don't click this link, click on the thing that I provided for you. So the first section, this video is going to be over the exploration of the simulation. So this is the simulation. So let's go through the intro first. So it says, what are some variables that we have control over in the simulation? Right here, we have control over if they have brown fur, white fur. We have control over the heat or cold. We have control over how many wolves are there and how much food they have. Those are all variables that we have control over. So you'll need to type some of those things on question number 1. So what happens to a bunny population if a friend is never added? So here's our population, and if there's no friends, what happens to our population? Nothing. This little guy, he's just hopping along. Nothing's happening. So what happens when you add a friend? Let's add a little buddy friend. Now there's 2. Let's give them a minute. So if you'll notice, this is like the cycles. So now we have, how many do we have now? We have 6. So if I hit this data probe, so now it's telling me that there are 6. Now this next generation, we have 18. Now this next generation, we have 54. Nothing's happening. They're just, nothing's happening to them. They're just having more and more and more babies. So many babies. All right, what happens when you add food as a selection? So let's put limited food. So now there's not a lot of food. They're still having so many babies. Watch them, watch them, watch them. So many babies. But watch, we're going to have limited food right here. Oh, so what happened? They died. So now we went from 400 something to 100, and now we're at 319. So they have all the babies, and then the babies die. It's really sad, but there's not enough food. So let's add their food back. And what's the difference between the Arctic and the equator environment? Bunnies have taken over the world. So I'm just going to start over just so we can see what's the difference between the Arctic and the equator. So let's start over. Atom 8. But let's make it cold. Okay, so here's the Arctic. So what's the difference? The difference is now the white ones blend in. Okay. So now let's go back to the sunny one. Let's add wolves. Ate all of them because they didn't blend in. Their color of their fur was not a positive factor. Okay, so what is a genetic mutation? So we've talked about this in the past. A genetic mutation is I killed all the bunnies. Sorry. A genetic mutation is a change in the DNA sequence, making it different than normal. And what are the 3 mutations you can add to your bunny population? So on this one, we can only do the fur. But if we do, so I gotta move that, the actual lab, you'll see that the mutations, you can cause them to have different colored fur. You can cause them to have different kinds of ears, and you'll be able to have the short and long teeth. So we have white and brown fur, straight floppy ears, short teeth, long teeth. Okay. That's the first video. That's the intro to the lab.